this is Chelsea Mini Mayhem Dodson, and I am on the Fan Views podcast. So go listen.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Fans View podcast. Today, I am so excited to welcome on someone. She's a mom, she's a wife, she's a baker, she's a wrestler, she's a professional badass that will slap the piss out of you. I would love to welcome on Chelsea Mini Mayhem Dodson. Chelsea, how are you doing this evening?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I cannot complain. If I did, you might slap me, and that scares the ever loving hell out of me. So I'm not going to do it. um, the first thing I have to ask you, and small children don't watch this part because I'm going to curse. The one time I'm going to curse on this, your job is to step up to a podium in front of an arena filled with people and slap the shit out of someone.
And I love it.
Can you talk a little bit about how much fun that is? Now, granted, they do get to slap you back, which kind of sucks, but
Hey, that's part of the job. That's what we sign up for. But honestly, I love it. As crazy as it sounds, like it's such an adrenaline rush and it's fun to do, and you meet a bunch of great people. So
for sure, for sure. And just talking to you for a couple minutes before we started rolling, like you come off as the sweetest, nicest, most gentle human being in the world. Where did Mini Mayhem come from?
I'm telling you, I love chaos. I live in chaos. We have three crazy kids, and my husband's around fighting all the time, and it kind of just went well with me in a sense of one, I'm short as hell. So, and like, there's always mayhem around us, so it just kind of went hand in hand, and
I
that's where
like
my
that.
nickname came from.
Hey, you can be short. Dynamite comes in small packages, right? Uh, so, what was kind of, and obviously, we're going to touch on a lot of different things that you're in, but where did the Power Slap origin story kind of begin? How did you get into it?
So actually I was watching my friend Robert Trujillo. He's from New Mexico, and I met him prior to PowerSlap. So he was posting that he was doing PowerSlap. So during COVID, prior to him being in PowerSlap, during COVID, I would watch PowerSlap Championship. And these girls would just go against each other, and they were just like little badasses, right? Like this girl would go against a girl 10 times her size, and they would just slap the shit out of each other. So when bringing Robert back into this, um, when he came about and he started doing Power Slap, we would like start watching the cards that they would have. And I was just like a huge fan of it. And I was like, I want to do this one day. And I signed up on a whim, honestly. And they actually called me and they offered me Paige Van Zant for my first match ever competing in combat sports of anything. And they were
When they
flying
throw
me
you in the
out to
deep end?
Abu Dhabi. And I was like, there's no way I'm saying no to this. So it kind of just I signed myself up, but it fell in my lap at the same time. So
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, way to throw you into the deep end, right? I mean,
they threw
obviously,
me to the
Paige.
wolves though, and I got a draw. So,
Hey, I mean, in the under the circumstances, I mean, Paige is obviously a very accomplished fighter and bare knuckle UFC.
dude, I
So
love her. I would watch her fight all the time. So like, it was so weird slapping her because I watched her compete, and her and my husband were on the same cards, and I just admire what she does for women's sports. She just brings a lot of attention to it, and a lot of people follow her, and she's just such a good soul.
yeah,
Like even after we fought, like she's just genuine, like she's genuinely nice.
for sure, for sure. So I have to ask you. You kind of talked about John a little bit. What did he think when you're like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna go get slapped and slap people for a living"?
That wasn't really the conversation. It was more like we landed in LA after he finished fighting in Japan and he won his fight. So, um, I wanted him to celebrate his little, like he goes out and eats whatever, but I was actually getting a call from the matchmaker, Erica, because she was trying to talk to me about PowerSlap and she offered me all this stuff and I was like, I don't know if I should tell him right now or not. So, long story short, he took it very well because I said, "Hey, I'm going to do PowerSlap." It wasn't like a question, I guess. I was like, "Hey, this is what I'm doing," and he's very supportive.
Yeah.
So, he
Yeah,
was
not
all for it. He's like, "You better take this seriously. Like, we're not gonna half-ass anything." So he put me in
yes.
a fight camp,
I
essentially. Like
love
we
that.
do, it's called slap camps. A lot of athletes, a lot of the power slap athletes do them.
Hmm.
Because you do different training than what you would do in a normal, like your normal camp. Or for me, I lift weights, so there's certain things that
Right.
I do in slap camp versus just regular weightlifting.
Right. Yeah, and that kind of that's a perfect segue into my next question is how do you prepare yourself for something so I don't want to say strange, but this isn't a natural thing. It's not like you say, it's not like going through a fight camp where you're preparing for a mixed martial artists a mixed martial arts fight. You're literally going to stand up there, put your hands behind your back and, you know, go blow for blow.
Yeah,
How do you
so
train for that?
what me and my coaches focus on is more power, stability in a sense of I do like neck exercises every other day. You can't do them every day. You do there's like these things that to help your jaw, like to
Yeah.
eat a slap better. So I would do those like every 3 days. Um, my husband has me hold the bands on my head for more neck strength. So there's just other things that we do in training camp than what I would do on a normal basis.
For sure. It's got to be pretty helpful, having such a decorated mixed martial artist in
He's
himself
a
and your husband.
yeah, I was like, he's a great person. He's such a smart person too. So once I actually got the call, he looked up all the rules, like to a T. He's like, who can I ask about this? So the crazy Hawaiian actually was FaceTiming us and teaching us a lot of the rules.
Wow.
So I have like funny FaceTime video, like pictures with him. He's a great person. He taught me a lot. Obviously, after my first match, then I met a ton of other people. I got more experience, and my husband learned more about it, and we just keep getting better.
Right. Absolutely. I love that for you. That's awesome. What would you say is again, this is such a unique sport. What do you think is maybe something that is not understood maybe by people outside of the power slap community?
The rules. Like, it's crazy because it's a professional sport, right? Like, we're
Right.
professional face slappers, and I just feel like the rules are so misunderstood across the board that like I literally have a video that I'm gonna make soon, and I took a picture of the rules and I'm gonna explain them one by one because there's rules on giving the slap and receiving the slap. So like if you don't follow these rules, then you get penalized essentially, and fouls get called and points get taken away, and
Noses get
you know,
broken.
yeah, exactly. So there's that.
And we're definitely going to get to that later. Um, but what was it like? We kind of talked about Abu Dhabi a little bit, and stepping up against Paige. What was it like stepping up to that podium the first time?
Honestly, I wasn't even nervous or anything. I was like so excited to be out there. And like I walked out with my mouthpiece. I didn't know what to expect. And my coaches in the corner, they provide coaches. It wasn't my husband. So they tell you, hey, this is your corner coach.
Right.
Well, I never met this dude before in my life. His name was Ellen. And I met him right before I was walking out. I didn't talk to him like in Abu Dhabi whatsoever until I was walking out. And he's like, hey, what's your game plan going out? And I was like, I don't know. Just tell me I'm a bad bitch and that's it. And he looked at me so confused. Like, I didn't know what to expect. So if you watch my first match, you'll hear him yell, Chelsea, you're a bad bitch. Like I had nothing like I had no expectations going out there. I was just like, okay, I'm going out there. I went and did my thing.
I mean, and you did do your thing. Like I said, you went up against a decorated combat sport athlete, and you came out with a draw, which is
The draw is
yeah,
huge, actually.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's almost as good as a win. um, what's your routine like? Obviously, you said you like to pump yourself up. What's your routine like before, stepping up to that podium, maybe back in the locker room?
You're gonna laugh your ass off, but I literally slapped myself in the face.
That seems counterintuitive.
It's like to
That's
get a little sting off, so I have to like slap my face a little bit. I don't know. I don't go like hard, but I'm just like, okay, cool. And I slap both sides because I don't know what hand they're slapping with. They don't need to tell you that.
right.
So,
Hey, I'm not here to judge. You slap people professionally. You do whatever you want to do, boss lady.
uh,
Um, Everybody kind of talks about the slap itself, but what's that recovery like after you get slapped in the face and then, you have to pull yourself together and return the favor?
it's different. I mean, let me see. So each one of my fights, because I've done it 3 times, have been different. So when
Mhm.
Paige slapped me, I think it was more of a shock to my body because I've never been slapped like that. I was like, oh shit, okay. And you see me laugh. It's kind of toxic because I kind of laugh it off. Not her slap per se, but like her last slap, I smiled. And then the second girl, like I laugh at that too. I like start smiling. So I really don't know how to explain it. It's like a shock to the body, I guess.
That definitely makes sense.
I know I'm
um,
all,
it- it's not the most natural movement in the world, purposely getting slapped in the face.
No, it takes a lot of work to stand there and like eat a shot. You're literally
Yeah.
like physically not trying to move because there's a flinching foul. So like if you flinch, they
Yes.
slap you again. And
Yes.
you clearly don't want to get slapped again. So
Yes, yes. I was gonna say that. Paige Van Zandt is a perfect example. I think in her first fight, she got slapped like 2 extra times for flinching because it's just the body's natural movement in that
reaction,
situation.
yeah.
Hey,
Um,
you. Yeah, watching this right now. I see you. If you're enjoying what you're watching, I've got one quick favor to ask, and it only takes a second, costs you nothing, and makes a huge difference. If you could go ahead and hit that like button, maybe drop a comment. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed. Doesn't seem like much, but for small creators, it's everything. So let's help more people find this channel and keep the content coming. And honestly, I'm pretty sure the podcast will be really grateful. So if you're having fun, you like what you see, make it official, click those buttons, and the Fans View podcast, we'll see you next time.
speaking of recovery, you recently suffered a pretty gnarly injury. Obviously, you broke your nose, you had blood everywhere. What was that situation like in the moment, of course, but then can you talk about the recovery after that?
Being completely honest, and this is me coming from my heart, when she did that, it was a shock to my body. And I was just like, what the fuck, right? And I'm bleeding everywhere. I'm kind of upset. Not kind of, I really am upset. And then we go to the back, whatever, they fix my nose, I watch a fight. But like this recovery has been so bad and I've just been upset about it, I guess, in a sense of she's like talking online about me or like not necessarily about me, but like about the situation that she caused from an illegal
Right.
strike. And I think she doesn't understand like she took time away from my kids, she took time away from my business. Like I had to recover from it. I'm still recovering. I went and saw the doctor yesterday and he had to tape my nose again. Like as a professional athlete, we shouldn't be doing that to the other athletes receiving the slap.
Yes.
Mind you, it was
Agreed.
a freak accident. I don't think it wasn't intentional,
Right.
but the recovery has not been great for me, but I have had great opportunities come to me about it. So it's like there's a medium and
Yeah.
I'm not mad and I'm not happy,
Right.
but somewhere along the line, I hope she understands what she did and wants to better herself in her career. Um, because she weighed at 115, so she came to 125. I missed weight by 1 pound. So there was a lot of factors to it. She was trying to go against somebody else also at a lighter weight class. So everything
Right.
changed for her overnight as it did for me overnight. And I don't know, just like recovery has not been the greatest. And I don't wish that upon anybody because, especially having kids, it's not easy.
Yeah. Yeah. For
So
sure. For sure.
I was
Yeah.
like, I
Maybe.
don't. I don't
maybe
hate the situation, but it's also like hurtful because I can't go swimming with my. It's summer, like they want to go swimming and go to the jump parks and do all these fun
right,
things that we normally go do. I can't do that now, and it's going to be 4 weeks on Friday. So
right. Yeah, and maybe the move is after you hurt somebody like that and kind of impact their life. Maybe let's don't gloat about it online. Maybe that's
yeah,
not the
and
move.
I think that's what it is because there was like there was this podcast that like interviewed her, and they were like promoting her like, oh, she needs a title shot, and I'm like, you need to understand the rules before you're like saying these things
Right.
online because that's an illegal blow.
Yeah.
And listening to it, she said like her hand was too big. Whatever the case may be, I
Right.
just learn the rules and then interview people and
Yeah.
then go from
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah. I'm with you for sure. Yeah, yeah, and definitely don't be asking technical questions like that if you don't understand the rule
like, oh,
set.
you need a belt because you broke her nose. Like, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, to kind of get the spotlight off her because she doesn't deserve it. You do for sure for absorbing a blow like that
Thank you.
and and recovering because I mean to look at you, you wouldn't even notice. Your nose exploded a month ago.
My doctor did such a good job. You can't even tell.
Cannot tell. I'm telling you what. This will be in 4K, folks, and you will get to appreciate Chelsea in
You'll
all of her
see my
glory.
nose.
um, I imagine we kind of just touched on it. Like you're obviously an incredibly beautiful woman. You're a very talented woman. I imagine you get some wild reactions when people find out, one of the many things you do for a living. Um, do any reactions kind of stand out to you?
I get asked all the time, like obviously they know I do power slap, a lot of people. But then
Right.
they're like, "Well, what do you do for a living?" I'm like, "Well, I bake cookies." And they're like, "What do you mean you bake cookies?" And I'm like, "Well, I own a sugar cookie business. Like that's what I do full time and I watch my kids." And so I get a lot of looks from that.
I
Like
can
they don't
imagine.
picture me being a cookie baker and like my cookies are very artistic, you know. I put a
Right.
lot of work into them. So it's so funny seeing people's reactions. I should start recording that because people are like it's like a shock. They're like, "What? You do cookies?"
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, we got sugar cookies to make at 3 p.m. and then we're slapping bitches at 6 p.m. Let's do
Literally
this.
what happens. They're like, "What is it like being a cookie baker?" And I'm like, "Well, I eat cookies a lot of the time, so
um, and that kind of lends itself to my next question is outside of the slap world, who is Chelsea? What are you getting into when you're not, up at the podium slapping people in the face?
You know, I love bodybuilding so much. I love going to the gym. I have amazing coaches. I have coaches. Um, but for different reasons, like John is more my slap coach. I have a weightlifting coach. His name is Caleb, and every goal that I have, he helps me reach. So it's just I love bodybuilding so much. I want to go ahead and go do another competition, and that's my goal by the end of this year is to go out and do another bodybuilding competition because I've already done two. So
Hmm.
obviously you want to one up your last package. So that's what we're working on right now, and I'm pretty excited. So hopefully November,
Okay.
but we'll see.
I love that. Okay, so we've talked about Power Slap. We've spoken about your cookies and your bodybuilding. The Fans View has a lot of wrestlers on it. And full disclosure, I did not realize I was inviting a professional wrestler on my podcast today until I was doing my research. Can you talk a little bit about your foray into professional wrestling?
Okay, that totally happened by accident because it really did. Like all this stuff kind of like landed in my lap. I messaged one of the guys here and I was like, "Hey, I want to run the ropes." And he's like, "Okay." And I don't know if he thought I did wrestling before, but he threw me on a show. He's like,
Oh
"Hey, come
God.
to the theater at this time." And I was like I'm wrestling? And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh my gosh, I've never like ran the ropes. I've never practiced." So I used that term so he thought I did wrestling before. And I kind of just got thrown on a show. So
Oh my
I was like,
gosh.
I don't know how to like do all this stuff. So I go in now, like I'm a professional wrestler, but all I do is like slap people. So it's kind of
Right.
really cool because it's very chill because they don't like hit me. But eventually I want to get to the point where I'm doing more than just slapping people because I've been on 3 shows and I've just slap people.
So I
And my
guess it would be.
heel, and it totally matches my demeanor, honestly. So
I saw on your Instagram you've done some work with Falling Gray, who is the heel's heel out in your neck of the woods.
I freaking love her. She's like the
Oh,
best. I mean,
oh
she
my
she talks
gosh.
shit to me online, but fuck her. No, I'm just kidding. She's the best. Honestly, I love her.
That's a clip. um, Especially because I haven't been able to get her on the podcast, so that's definitely going to be a clip for her.
Oh
We're
yeah,
gonna,
DM
we're
her.
gonna,
She just
we're
DM'd me.
yeah,
I
we're gonna
spelled her
tag her in
name
it.
wrong. Yeah, I was like, I spelled her name wrong, and she's like, it's fallen, bish. I was like, you right. Fucking autocorrect.
I love that. So, I mean, is professional wrestling something you could see yourself pursuing, or is it kind of, not to be disrespectful to the sport, is it kind of just a hobby for you?
Oh, it's a hobby for sure, but I love it. I love everything about it. I would love to run the ropes more. To do more stuff with Fallen. Honestly, she's such a badass. Everyone at Duke City Championship Wrestling who has given me the opportunity to go in there and just do my own thing. It's just been great experience all in all, but I clearly need practice.
Trust me, that could go for 90% of the independents across the country. So
Yeah,
don't
I'm
feel
a,
too bad. This is definitely a PSA as I look into the camera. Falling Gray needs to come on the Fans View podcast. I'm gonna
Fallen
leave it at
Greg, get
that.
on the podcast.
You heard her. She said it. If you don't listen, you might get slapped, and I don't think you want that
Hey,
problem,
I
Falling.
slapped her before.
Oh, that had to feel so good. That had to feel good. Was she wearing the wings when you did it?
She was not. There's a clip, so it's like a picture of me. You had to swipe on it, but I slap her in one of the videos. Like I just love her.
As soon as this is over, I'm going right to Instagram.
Yeah.
um, to kind of start to round this thing to home. Obviously, you've got a couple slap fights under your belt now. This is something you're obviously very serious about.
Yes.
What's the future hold for you as it pertains to Power Slap? What does making it look like for you?
In the long run, I really want to go for that title shot and win a title and have my babies there. They're not babies, but I want my kids there to go and witness. They still haven't been to a slap fight. Unfortunately, they had me on two undercards, and that's the ultimate goal. I mean, I we got to witness my husband winning the bare knuckle championship belt at 125, and I compete at 125. So to win that power slap belt at 125 is the ultimate goal.
I love that.
And having my kids there and my husband there, that's where my heart's at. And
I
that's where
love.
my goal is set in the long run.
I love that answer so much because I mean, at the end, it's all about family. Um, this is obviously the Fans View podcast. These are two of my favorite questions to ask. What are you a fan of? Obviously, like I said, when you're not slapping people around, what are you a fan of?
I literally love true crime documentaries. Like I could sit on my couch and watch them all day. Like that's just my thing. So literally just true crime and eating junk food and being I watch scary movies with my older son. He's 13. So I don't know. It's just that's what I like doing.
I'm not mad at that. And last but not least, obviously, you're a very accomplished woman, but you have so much more ahead of you. At this point, not only of your career, be it in Power Slap or as a baker or whatever it is that you dip your toe into, what does success mean to you at this stage of your life?
Getting that 125 slap belt. I'm gonna earn it. I'm telling you, I put in work. I don't care that I got my nose broken. Like, I'm still gonna go out there and compete whenever they call. I'm gonna say yes, per usual, and I'm gonna get that belt.
I love that. Chelsea, you are such a badass. Where can people find you on social media if they want to see your nose explode or they want to see you slap the piss out of Fallen Gray
I'm
or whatever it might be?
I'm mainly just on Instagram, Chelsea Dodson underscore Dodson, not with a T.
And do we have any plans coming up to fight again, or are we just waiting on that call from Power Slap?
Um, I'm pretty sure I'm suspended for a while just because my nose got broken. I don't know how long I'm suspended for.
Okay. Okay.
But it is currently healing, and whenever I get news, then I can post it, and there's that.
Beautiful. Well, guys, make sure that you go support Chelsea on Instagram. Like I said, it's chock full of fun. If you're not into PowerSlap, maybe you're into wrestling. If you're not into wrestling, who doesn't love cookies, okay? Pictures of cookies. So make sure to go give her a follow, support her.
Period.
That's it. That's it. The next time she's on a PowerSlap card, go make sure to check it out on YouTube. And most importantly, guys, don't forget at the end of the day, call your mom.
If you haven't liked or subscribed,
You're gonna be joking me.